Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of HCAM Sports Talk. I'm Tom Nappy. On today's show, we relive some of the wonderful Hiller Fall season, plus a whole lot more. But first, the winter season has started. Here is a look at what has happened so far. The winter season opened up this past week for the Hopkinton Hillers on Thursday, December 12th at the Milford High School pool. As Hiller Swimming hosted Dover Sherborne, here's a look at what happened. Dover Sherborne boys and girls both ended up taking the wins. DS boys won 89-69, while the DS girls won 95-71 in the very close season opening meet. Hiller girls basketball opened their regular season on Friday, December 13th by hosting Norwood at the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. Steve Spector and myself, Tom Nappy, were on the call.
25 seconds left in the half. Here comes Restaghini.
There it is.
It up. Nice pass into the low post, and Abby Rabinovich finishes it off.
Right on cue, Tom. You called that one.
Gordani gets it over to the wing.
Need to stop.
5 seconds left.
No foul.
Markey feeds it up. Gordani down the lane. No. And that'll do it. Good defense to close out the half by the Hillers. They get a nice bucket. They do trail by 10, but still very much in this game. Driving in along the baseline. No good. And the Hillers have it. 3 shot opportunities for Norwood, but they can't finish. Restaghini down the lane. Around the defender. Yes! Feeds it up the sideline, drive it in, Chorus. The kick out, back to Becker for 3, no good. And a nice rebound, but Blake can't finish. Norwood still has it, however, as Chorus collects, feeds it up top, and knocks down the swisher. Isabella Morgan with a big bucket.
After being outscored in the first half, 20-10, the Hillers went back and forth with Norwood in the second half, with a 24-23 second half frame, but it wouldn't be enough. Norwood takes the season opening win 44-23. Sophomore Julia Chatton led the way offensively for the Hillers with 8 points. Hiller boys basketball captured a road win in Norwood to open their season. The Hiller boys took the victory 53-43. On Saturday, December 14th, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Hockey Co-op started their season with a meeting against the Norwood Mustangs at the New England Sports Center in Marlboro. The Hillers got things rolling in the first period.
Jean lost her balance there. She got tripped up. Norwood looking to put on some pressure, but coming away with it, that is Jean. Lucy Jean, she can fly up the ice, towards the net, backhands it, and it's a score! Lucy Jean with the first score of the season for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. It comes at 3:32 left to go in the first period. And what a way to start for the Hillers. Over to the near side, Barossa flings it into the neutral zone. Here comes Savannah Rivera. Rivera from the left circle, and it's in! Rivera wrists it towards the net, and it was deflected off of Tenori and in. 2-0 Hillers.
Lucy Jean and Savannah Rivera net goals in the first frame. It was 2-0 Hillers leading into the second period.
Well, last year, this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team, they finished strong. And apologies, I mentioned that they made the playoffs last year. It was actually the year before that they made the playoffs. They had a short roster last season and dealt with many injuries. So they finished just short of the postseason. But in their final 5 games, where they started to get a lot of the injured athletes back, they racked up some good playoff points. They had 2 wins, 2 ties, and a loss. Loose puck out in front, and it's stuffed in. Going 5-hole, Savannah Rivera. Well, the goaltender, Tenor, she lost track of where the puck was, could not find it. Escaping with it for the moment is Malley. She sends it back. It's stolen away. Here comes McPherson. McPherson flying towards the net, takes it, and rips it in! Kelsey McPherson makes it a 4-1 Hopkinton Dover Sherborne lead. Well, I'll tell you, Kelsey McPherson may be an 8th grader, but she doesn't play like it. That was just great stick work, great speed, excellent puck control, able to just fly up the ice and ring it in glove side.
Hopkinton senior Savannah Rivera nets her 2nd goal of the game in the 2nd period. Also, 8th grader Kelsey McPherson nets a goal and had an assist as well. And with the great goaltending from Hopkinton 8th grader Emily Coito, it would be plenty to lead the Hillers to victory as they take the 4-2 win over Norwood and start off their 2024-2025 season in the W column. The girls next host Medfield and a 4 p.m. game at the New England Sports Center on Wednesday, December 18th. Don't forget, we'll have our NFL picks posted right around game time. You can check them out on our website, HCAM.TV. Me, Jared, Andy, Steve, and Mike still doing the NFL picks. Unfortunately, we couldn't get them on the show for you this week, but we will have them posted on the HCAM website so you can see who each of us went with for that Sunday's games or all the NFL games. As in the next couple of weeks, there'll be a lot of Saturday games. You got Thursday games, and of course, Monday Night Football as well. But you can check it out at HCAM.TV. We'll have the HCAM Sports Talk NFL picks. And now, here are more Hiller happenings. The Hopkinton Historical Society was full of Hopkinton Hiller sports history this past weekend. The exhibit featured Hiller uniforms worn throughout the years, program books from the 100 years of the Hopkinton-Ashland Thanksgiving football rivalry games, the many Hiller Championship trophies, historical Boston Marathon pieces, and stories of the amazing sports history in Hopkinton throughout time. Hiller Athletics coaching legend and Hall of Fame president Aubrey Doyle talked with us about the display.
So, Tom, we have everything, every sport starting from the 20s, baseball, football, basketball, both men's, women's, track, lacrosse, you name it, it's here. We've got all kinds of YouTube videos that, thanks to you and Mike for help pulling those together. For more recent sports, we've got Unified. We get some stuff from the Unified team. Like I said, lacrosse. Every sport, volleyball, you name it, it's here.
And there's a lot of history here. How long did it take to put all this together?
Well, I can tell you that most of the material came from my dad. Had put it together over the years. He was athletic director for years, and he was a sports historian. So he had most of the scrapbooks you see are he put together. So for us here, it's been a couple weeks, just throwing this all together. Got a lot of things from folks at the school, from Steve Simos and Tom Kane and Jay Golden, a number of the coaches, and Mike Donahue. A lot of folks have given us material that we can use here, which is great. So.
And is there any particular item here that really stands out to you?
There's a lot. I mean, there's a sweater there from my dad from 1947 that the Stone Throwers awarded to the undefeated football team back then. There's Steve Simos gave us the Tommy Weaver jersey, so there's a nice display of that whole Be Positive thing with Tommy passing away from cancer and all that. There's a lot of Walter Brown, George Brown. You know, people don't realize that, you know, the Browns who own the Celtics, who, you know, big involvement with the Bruins and all that, they're from Hopkinton, and they always had Celtics and, you know, folks come out and they supported everything Hopkinton. So very, very cool.
Absolutely. And you also did a series with some of the other coaches. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we did a couple of coaches forums over the last few months. There's some coaches forums that existed previously, you know, with Chuck Josephs, with Dick Bliss, with Dave Hughes, my dad, and so we thought we'd add on to that. So we did one this fall, one with Margie Grabmeyer, Mike Donahue, and Dan Norton, and then we did a second one with Steve Simos, Tom Kane, and Jay Golden, and it was great, you know, being able to just kind of get the history from their viewpoint and what it's all meant to them. So those are all available on YouTube through HCAM. So
be sure to check out the Hopkinton Hillers history video and be on the lookout for more great history exhibits coming soon to the Hopkinton Historical Society.
Hopkinton High School has a proud and rich tradition in athletics. Led by Coach Charles Chick Welch and Coach Marion T. Harris, the teams of today could only hope to rival their accomplishments. Although the first public expenditures in education was in 1729 and the first schoolhouse built in 1743, it wasn't for another 180 years that Hopkinton formalized its athletic program. However, while Doubleday and Cartwright were figuring out their balls and strikes, while Princeton and Rutgers were figuring out which set of rules to play by in football, and while Dr. James Naismith found another use for the peach basket, sports actually flourished in Hopkinton. But it wasn't on the organized level that we see today. It was at the neighborhood level. It was Saddle Hill versus the Squash End. It was the boys from Bear Hill coming down on a Sunday afternoon after church and playing the Men from the Lane. Yes, it was a group of kids getting together in their field of dreams. But this video isn't about the history of Hopkinton's education, nor is it about the bragging right trophies of the neighborhoods. This video is to help commemorate the proud history of athletics in Hopkinton High School. Good evening. I'm David Hughes, class of 1963. It is my privilege and honor to be able to bring you through 7 decades of memories. Memories of tears, memories of sweat, and hopefully, most of all, memories of joy. Let us begin. The early 20s saw the advent of organized sports at Hopkinton High School. The first recorded interscholastic sport was football, coached by Chick Welch, and the first games were played at Hope Field with such players as Ig Crowley, John Smith, Billy Smith, Benny McMillan, Ted Halley, Ken Cronin, Lawrence Lucas, Bill Hilliard, and Jack Danahy. The 1926 Ashland game at Hope Field was won when Hall of Famer Barney Mullins ran the length of the field for Hopkinton's only touchdown and had to drop kick the extra point twice because of an offsides call. Hopkinton 7, Ashland 6. With practice at the Ice House Pond, some of the earliest successes were recorded at the Boston Garden by our hockey team. George B. Brown arranged for Hopkinton to play State Powers Framingham and Natick at the Garden. Hopkinton won both games, aided by Amos Holt, Shorty Brown, Fran McGuire, Edmund Cronin, Jack O'Brien, Earl Cronin, and Hall of Famer Barney Mullins. A baseball team was formed by Coach Welch and invited to practice at St. Mark's, where essential equipment was often replenished by the gracious hosts. Some of the multi-sport athletes of this era included George Cronin, Ed Curley, Gilbert Cross, and James O'Brien, who also hit the longest home run ever at Milford Park. The 1930 Ashland football game is best remembered for the riot following the game, when the Hopkinton fans pulled down the goalposts and carried them back to Hopkinton after our upset victory. Both the boys and girls basketball teams won league championships in 1950. The boys, coached by Frank Moriarty, included Don Melvin, Joe Kenny, Ken Brown, and Hall of Famer Aubrey Doyle. Miss Harris's girls team included Ruth Davis, Janet Nordmark, Barbara Flood, and Hall of Famer Pat Doyle. In the late 40s and early 50s, Miss Harris again formed a field hockey team, but continued to coach basketball and softball to unparalleled success. All of the 1955 football games were played on the road because of the new high school was being built on the old field, and the new fields were involved in the construction. These fields still presently serve our teams. The new school contained the gym, which was later dedicated to Walter Brown, Hopkinton High graduate and booster, owner of the Boston Celtics and Boston Garden, former high school baseball umpire, and now Hopkinton High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee. The new athletic fields were dedicated to Chick Welch in the early 1970s. Coach Moriello had a league championship in football in 1956, followed by Vic Rimkus and Ed Leary championships in 57 and 58. Multi-sport athletes of this era included George Broda, Timmy Danahy, Bobby Evers, Walter Dempsey, Bill McRobert, Bill Haywood, Tom Mullen, Bill McMillan, Mike Reed, Alan Hartson, and Gene Spinazzola. The early 1970s produced such athletes as 1971's Terry DeLeo, who is currently ranked among the top 50 amateur golfers in this country. Other athletes include Charlie Brock, Kemi Hain, Rick Phipps, Mo Whalen, Tom Nealon, Paul Carter, Scott Haynes, Billy Stickney, Jim Nugent, and Bob Strait. For the girls, Sue Beavers coached basketball and softball and created and coached a field hockey team from 1972 on. Some outstanding athletes of the early 1970s included Geraldine Conley, Dale Colella, Becky Love, Patricia Donovan, and 1973's Jane Welzel, a great long-distance runner who has won a national marathon title and was a top American woman finisher in a 1992 Boston Marathon. Dick Luzzi and Chuck Joseph coached the girls' basketball to 8 winning seasons in the 80s, winning 60% of their games and 71% in the last 5 years of this decade, making the tournaments in 83, 86, 87, 88, and 89. Outstanding girl athletes of the early 80s included Hall of Famer Mary Marquardt, Joanne Haywood, Lauren Brunel, Amy Flannery, and Kelly Gerard. Dave Hughes' football team and Dick Bliss's basketball teams in the mid-80s continued to win with such star athletes as Rich Shilosky, Phil Shilosky, Kevin Pitts, Mike Mansa, Brian Allen, Tom Chernak, Chris Grenda, and Chris Murphy. Since 1991, the athletes of Hopkinton High have continued the tradition of success, with the 1992 girls cross-country team hosting the most recent of 18 undefeated teams at Hopkinton. The 1993 girls basketball team played for the Eastern Mass Division III State Championship at the Boston Garden. The 1993 football team won the Division 6B Super Bowl, and the 1994 girls basketball team winning the Division IV state championship.
Beginning of the millennium, the outstanding girl athletes have been Frances Clark, Lisa Cloutier, Amanda Coffin, Jamie Keeler, Melissa McDonald, Bridget McManus, Erin McIlvaine, Megan Russ, Jessica Skoglund, Jess Titus, Brenda Troops, Megan Phipps, whose grandfather Paul Phipps is already in the Hall of Fame, and Terry Ann Phipps, whose grandmother Mary McDonough Carey will be inducted tonight. Football games began play on the new lighted game field in 1995. The boys' basketball team was the 2001 South Sectional champions. The boys' tennis team was reintroduced in the late 1990s. The boys' lacrosse program began as a JV program in 1999 and 2000. The team first played at the varsity level in 2001. The boys have become perennial TVL championship contenders, winning the TVL title in 2002. The outstanding boy athletes at the beginning of the millennium have been Eric Anderson, Matt Anderson, Mike Balboa, Tyler Call, Sean Kane, Jim McConey, Steve Muscatella, Lou Ottoviani, Mike Peschler, Brian Solfaro, Rob Taylor, and Colin McBride. Outstanding female athletes from these years were Katie Baldigger, Caitlin Barry, Taylor Chase, Jess Curran, Rachel Flynn, Alex Fusigma, Katie Henderson, Katie Hoppy, Renee Lamarbe, Nicole Paganelli, Jackie Pappas, Caitlin Caronto, Gretchen Reynolds, Diane Wiska, Tiana Rial, who was an All-American track star, Callie Nealon, whose father Tom and her uncle John played sports at Hopkinton High School, and Casey Doyle, whose grandfather, uncle, and great-aunt are members of the Hopkinton Hall of Fame.
Once again, the chants of MVP are echoing loud and clear. Holly Adams to serve. And it's long. That's it, folks. Your Hopkinton Hillers are the Division II state champions in volleyball. And it's long. That's it, folks. Your Hopkinton Hillers are the Division II state champions in volleyball. They take the third set 25-14 for a 3-0 sweep of Weston.
Starting in 2014, several Hiller teams made state championship runs in multiple sports. From 2014 until 2024, at least one Hiller playoff run occurred in each of the 3 seasons every single year. In 2014, Hopkinton Hiller girls volleyball swept Weston to take home the Division II state championship. The state championship win started a long and continuing stretch of great success on the volleyball courts, which featured dozens of playoff wins and multiple state championships.
It's amazing, and I think that it's kind of bittersweet because I don't get to show up with the girls tomorrow at practice, and the saddest part was knowing that the season was over.
Results outscored Marlboro 12-5 in the quarter.
In 2015, Hiller boys basketball was also amongst the talk of the town, advancing all the way to the Division II sectional semifinals. They pulled off some big upsets during the playoffs, but fell short to Marlboro.
Strike 3. Strikeout number 10.
In the spring of 2015, Hiller softball was led by one of the best pitchers in the state, Juliet Hume, and had a nice run all the way to the sectional finals, and finished their incredible season with 17 wins and 3 losses. This season would mark the start of many playoff runs by Hiller softball. It wouldn't be long until Hiller girls volleyball reached the finals once again,
In 2016, Hiller girls volleyball was back in the Division II state championship game. On November 19, 2016, the Hillers looked for their second championship in 3 seasons versus Notre Dame Academy.
Will the Hillers take home the state championship for the second time in 3 seasons? Yes, they will! Hopkinton wins as Peyton Weber gets the winning point.
The Hillers took the win via sweep and collected their second state championship in 3 seasons.
Oh my, I love my teammates. We had such a good season. We had so much fun together. And I think the chemistry we had on and off the court just made it such a great team, and we had so much fun. It was awesome.
What was it like playing with this team all season in this run? What's it been like for you?
Incredible. I'm so proud of these girls. We work so hard every day, and I'm so proud of how far we came.
Hiller girls volleyball moved to Division I the next season and made it back to the state championship, but fell short versus Newton North in the 2017 Division I state championship. Hiller girls volleyball would continue to flourish and qualify for the playoffs nearly every season since. Hiller girls basketball also had a very impressive 2016 as well as 2017 season. In 2016, they went all the way to the Division II state semifinals and fell just short to Notre Dame Academy. The Hiller girls basketball team made it to the Division II Central Sectional Championship in 2017 and fell just short to Medfield, 49-42 at Worcester Polytechnic Institute. 2017 was also an incredible year for Hiller baseball and softball. Hiller baseball went all the way to the Division II state semifinals before falling 3-2 in a 9-inning extra innings game versus Greater New Bedford. The Hillers got red hot towards the end of the season and had a run no one thought they were capable of. They finished their incredible season 14-9. That season, Hiller softball also captured a couple of playoff wins to also advance to the sectional semifinals, where they fell 6-3 versus a very good Milford team. Hiller softball captured the TVL Large title that season and finished with a record of 20 wins and 3 losses. Both baseball and softball returned to the playoffs in 2018.
Time going deep, wide open for Will Abbott. He's going to take it in for a touchdown for the Hillers.
2017 was a record-setting season for Hiller football. Hopkinton advanced all the way to the Division IV state semifinals and finished 11-1. The Hillers captured the TVL Large title and went undefeated through regular season play. The Hillers lost to Melrose 22-8 in the Division IV state semifinals to put an end to an incredible run. For the 3rd straight season, Hiller girls basketball went deep in the playoffs in 2018. They went all the way to the Division II state championship in Springfield after getting a nice revenge win over Medfield to capture the sectional title. Hopkinton fell just short to a good Foxborough team by a final of 49-41 in the Division II state championship game. Boys basketball and boys hockey also had good playoff runs in the 2017-2018 season. Hiller hockey went 19-3-1, capturing the TVL Large title. 2018 became the 3rd consecutive year at least one Hiller team qualified for the state championship. Hopkinton Hiller girls soccer defeated Notre Dame Academy in the Division II state semifinals to qualify for the state championship. That season, goaltender Natalie Calkins only let in 7 goals all season.
Natalie's been our goalkeeper, outstanding. She was just voted our unsung hero of the year. Only conceded 7 goals all season, 0 goals in the tournament. She's been a rock back there for us. Really happy that she's carrying on her athletic career at Merrimack College, great school.
The only goal of that championship game would be a Winchester score on a penalty kick. The Hillers fell short in the championship game by a final of 1-0. Hiller girls volleyball continued their dominance in the 2018-2019 season.
they would capture the TVL Large title and advance all the way to the sectional championship before falling to Franklin. The Hillers finished the season with 19 wins and just 2 losses. After 2 back-to-back tough playoff losses in the 2016-17 and 2017-18 seasons, Hiller hockey finally broke through to the Division III state finals in the 2018-19 season. The Hillers won 5 straight playoff games to earn a trip to the TD Garden versus Wachusett.
Zaporozhian. Shot turned away by Kabusa. Now another shot out in front. Loose puck. And it is going to be knocked in. Will Quinlan able to knock it in. And the Hillers are on the scoreboard.
The state title game was a back-and-forth battle where the Hillers would fall short 3-2. Hopkinton ended their state championship contending season with 17 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. During the 2018-19 school year, Hiller baseball became the 3rd Hiller team to make the state championship. The Hillers defeated Westwood in the sectional finals 7-4 to earn a trip to the Division II state championship. Hopkinton fell short to the North sectional champion St. Mary's 2-0 and what would be a very good pitchers duel over in Lowell. Hopkinton finished their state championship contending season 16-6. Hiller softball also had a great run in the spring of 2019, advancing to the sectional semifinals, where they would fall to Bridgewater Raynham 3-2. In the fall of 2019, Hiller girls volleyball finished the regular season undefeated, but would lose 3-2 versus 1-seeded undefeated Needham. Hopkinton ended their incredible TVL Large title season with 20 wins and 1 loss. In the 2019-20 season, Hiller boys hockey was back on top of the TVL as they captured the TVL Large title and finished their state tournament contending season with a record of 20 wins and 2 losses after falling in the South Division III sectionals. The rest of that winter season would look a little different in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic, and the spring 2020 season would end up being canceled. But following the pandemic, the Hillers came back in a big way.
And this is hit in the air over to left field to the fence, and that is going to drop in front of the fence.
Since there was no spring high school baseball, Coach Simos led the Hillers for Senior Ruth Ball that summer. Hopkinton ended up winning the Senior Ruth Championship over Marlboro and gave the 2020 seniors one last chance to play and win with their Hiller teammates.
They will. Here he comes, and the Hillers lead it 4-3.
Until the spring of 2021, Hiller High School sports, like the rest of the state and a lot of the country, played league exhibition games, and no state tournament would take place. In the spring of 2021, Hiller baseball returned to the state championship after taking down Milton in the sectional finals 2-0. Hopkinton once again met up with St. Mary's for a repeat of the 2019 finals, but unfortunately would lose 5-2. In the fall 2021-22 season, Hiller girls volleyball was back in Division II and returned to the state championship. Prior to the season, longtime head coach and 2-time state champion head coach Margie Grabmeyer announced she would be retiring following the season, and the Hillers made Coach Grabmeyer's final season at the helm a memorable one.
Mel serving. Gilday puts the ball in play. Anderson. They go short set again. Short set. Oh! He done it! He done it! He done it for the state championship their 3rd time. And Coach unbelievable! What a way to end it. The roof to end it. A roof to end it.
It's been a great experience and a season that I will treasure.
The Hopkinton Hillers entered the playoffs undefeated and would finish the entire season undefeated as they would defeat first-seeded Westboro in the Division II state championship game 3-1 and finish as Division II state champions with a perfect record of 25 wins and no losses. During the 21-2022 outdoor track and field season, member of the state champion Hiller girls volleyball team and track and field star Kate Powers set the all-time Hiller girls record for the Hammer event. Kate would go on to compete in NCAA Division I at Kentucky University and try out for the United States Olympic team. In the fall of 2022, Hiller boys soccer finished the regular season with 15 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties, and won 4 playoff games to advance to the Division II state championship. The Hiller boys had a lead through much of the game, but came up short versus first-seeded Oliver Ames. The final score was Oliver Ames 3, Hopkinton 2.
Along the near side corner, sent over to Scardino. Pops off the boards, Win. Gets it out in front, and Mira puts it in! Good start for the Hillers! Pavitt, Mira, who else?
Hopkinton Hillers hockey would also return to the Division II state championship in the 2022-23 winter season. They went 16-4 during the regular season and won 4 straight playoff games to get back to the TD Garden, where they met up with third-seeded Canton. The Hillers fell short 4-1 and ended their incredible state championship contending season with a record of 20 wins, 5 losses, and no ties. In the spring of the 2022-2023 school year, Hiller boys tennis finished the regular season 17-1 and advanced to the Division II state semifinals. For the second straight year, they fell short to first-seeded Duxbury and ended their incredible run with 20 wins and 2 losses. In the fall of 2023-24 season, Hiller boys and girls soccer brought back the majority of their talent and would both make deep playoff runs. The Hiller girls finished the regular season undefeated with a record of 17 wins, no losses, and 1 tie. They also won the TVL Large title. The Hiller girls won 3 playoff games to advance to the Division I state semifinals at Boston College High School, where they would fall short to second-seeded Bishop Fien by a final of 1-0. The Hiller girls ended their record-setting season with a record of 20 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. The Hiller boys soccer team also had an incredible run to the Division II state semifinals. After finishing the regular season 13-4, the boys won 3 playoff games to advance to the Division II state semifinals versus Wakefield. The game ended up tied at 2 through regulation, and the Hillers would fall short on penalty kicks and lose the game 3-2. The Hiller boys finished their incredible season with 15 wins, 3 losses, and 4 ties.
How does it feel to be the all-time Hopkinton single-season point scorer?
It feels great, but honestly, I couldn't have done it without this team and just the way that we move the ball, the way that, how hard we work in practice, like Coach Norton, everything like that, like how the coaches, Coach Frazier, Coach Norton, all them, I couldn't do it without them, so it feels great though.
In the spring of 2024, the Hiller boys lacrosse team had a record-breaking season. Attacker Logan Del Ponte broke the Hopkinton all-time regular season scoring record with 115 points and was named the Tri-Valley League MVP. Logan helped lead the Hillers into the round of 16 after the Hillers captured a win over a good Minnechaug team in the round of 32 in the Division II state tournament. The boys finished their incredible season with 15 wins and 5 losses. The last 10 years of Hiller sports has been filled with incredible playoff and state championship runs, countless record-breaking performances, and memories that any fan of Hopkinton will never forget. The Hiller athletic programs continued to get stronger and should continue to create countless amazing memories of incredible seasons for the foreseeable future.
These highlights are just a glimpse of the many incredible Hiller performances, but teams such as Hiller Cross Country, Track and Field, Golf, and the incredible accomplishments of Hiller Tennis are some of the other programs that continuously excel and produce championship banners for Hillertown. It's been an incredible run the last 10 years for Hopkinton Hiller Sports, and we can't wait to see what league titles and championships the incredible athletes of Hopkinton accomplish next. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. Madison Recupero of Hopkinton Hiller Girls Varsity Soccer is your Performer of the Month. Maddie netted 3 goals in the Hiller regular season finale versus Ashland and helped her team to a 6-0 victory, and has now tallied 25 goals during the regular season, breaking her team's individual regular season goals record. Congratulations, Maddie, on a great Hiller Girls Varsity Soccer career. And now we give you a look at a brand new program airing on HCAM TVL Sportsnet. Be sure to check out TVL Sportsnet on HCAM as well as other TVL town stations near you. Following the Division IV state championship, the second-seeded 20-4 Medfield Warriors hosted the first-seeded 17-6 Weston Wildcats in the Division III state championship at Billerica High School. Here's a look at what happened. Medfield takes the first set, 25-14.
and forth second set, but Medfield prevails 25-23. Medfield takes the third set 25-21 and claims their first state championship title since 2011. Medfield finishes their state championship winning season with a record of 21-4. We caught up with the team after their state title victory.
Now we ask you please direct your attention to center court, where MIAA Volleyball Tournament Director Brian McNally and Assistant Tournament Director Rich Riley will present the championship trophy to the captains and coaches of our winning team. We now have the entire championship team to join to receive the championship
Hey, how's it feel to be state champions?
It feels so good!
What's it been like playing with this group all year?
It's been amazing.
They're
Everyone
amazing.
gets along so well.
Amazing people. They're always supporting you. It's amazing.
Yeah, we're so close on and off the court, and it's just, it's awesome.
So why do you think this team was able to win the championship this year?
I think everyone worked as a team instead of a player. Like, everyone was together in it, and we were all supporting each other. It wasn't like individual, like we were all together.
We went in with our best energy and we wanted it, so we
Yeah.
Had a lot of tough sets against that Weston team, but you came through. What was it like playing against that tough Weston team?
It was.
It was really intimidating going into this game, but we just kept our heads up and played how we know how to play, and it paid off.
How do you feel about being a state champion?
Amazing!
What was it like, having those close, tough sets, but making it through and getting the win against that tough Weston team?
I honestly think it was a game of who wanted it more. We've lost to them so many times, and we just really, really wanted it. Like, we wanted to,
almost do it for like our team last year, do it for our team this year, and we're really proud of ourselves.
Yeah, I think we just brought a ton of energy today, and we played up for sure.
So who's going to get to keep the trophy?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe our coach. We're really proud of him at his age to be a first-time head coach. It's so cool. And, we're just really proud that he was able to bring us here. So maybe he'll get to keep the trophy.
This team is amazing. We are all, best friends, and I'm going to be really sad leaving. And I think we've all played together for, we played together for a while. And
4
I
years
think,
now.
Yeah, 4 years. So I think just ending it like this is the best way to end it.
Definitely.
Maya!
You guys want wait, do you mind holding the crutch or putting it down? So put it down.
All right. Ready?
Oh, should we do a second round?
Someone take the ball down there. Do you want to put it in the center or something?
First one since 2011.
Last talk, you were the youngest coach going to the championship.
Yeah.
And now you're a state champion. How does it feel?
Incredible. I have no words to say. First year being a varsity head coach and then winning the chip, that's incredible.
And you played a tough Weston team today. They kept it close, a lot of back and forth sets, but your team came through. What do you got to say about your team's performance today?
That was the best we ever played. We played clean. We ran our offense fast, and I don't think Weston was able to keep up. Going into this game, we didn't want Fielding to get the ball because we know what she's capable of. She's 6'5". She's going to hit the ball every down every time. So can't have that. We can't let that happen. So the more that we can keep her in the back, the more we'll be successful.
And it seemed like whenever Weston started to get momentum, Lily Brodeur would go on a great service set or rack up a big point. What do you guys say about her performance?
She played phenomenal. If we took stats today, she would have a ton of aces, probably 15, I want to say. And also, she was killing it in the front row and defense, getting those balls up, and so we can run our offense. She did amazing all around.
And it's tough to win a state championship, so I say any team that does must be quite special.
Yeah.
What do you think makes this group so special?
I think it's just chemistry. We have the chemistry, we have the energy, and going into this match, we needed the energy, especially after beating Wayland in 3. The momentum that carried into this match is really what played a big factor.
All right, well, congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you so much.
See, yes, perfect. Turn your head towards me a little bit. Towards me, this way. Yeah, not that far, right there. Perfect.
Hi, my name is Nina Zuganatos, and I'm going to Boston University for soccer. I'm Maddie Recupero, and I'm going to Princeton for soccer.
All right. Maddie, what made you choose Princeton?
It kind of had everything that I wanted with the school and the soccer, and I just love the campus and the location and how the town and the campus are one, and it just feels like it will be a home for me.
And what made you choose BU?
I chose BU because it, like Maddie said, had everything I wanted. It had the whole package and super close to home. Campus is super nice, and it just made me really excited for the next chapter of my life.
All right, and what was it like playing with each other here at Hopkinton?
It was a great experience. We've been friends for over 6 years now, and to play high school soccer together has just been so much fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, she's my best friend, my favorite person, so playing with her has been really fun, and yeah, she's great.
How does it feel to hold the all-time goal record for a single season?
It feels good, I guess. Yeah, it feels good, but I mean, I wouldn't have done it without the help of my teammates and obviously Nina here, because she assisted me a lot, so yeah.
And you both had a tremendous amount of assists as well, so you helped each other in that way.
Yeah.
What was your favorite memory at Hopkinton High School soccer?
My favorite memory is when we won
our Elite 8 game last year and being able to make it to the Final Four in the MIAA Division I tournament.
Yeah, I would say last year, the Sweet 16 game too, just because we scored in the last second. I scored the goal, but it was like fun overall just because like we all like went in for the biggest hug and it was just so exciting. And then winning the Elite 8 game to make it to Final Four was super fun.
All right, well, I'm sure you'll get a lot more goals in college. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice sucker.
Hold on.
I'm Nick Pedroli. I'm playing baseball at Bentley University.
I'm Dylan Ruff. I'm playing baseball at St. Anselm College.
All right, and can you talk about what your experience was like playing ball here at Hopkinton High?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. The culture here is amazing all around. The people here are amazing. The coaches are amazing. So 10 out of 10 experience, without a doubt.
Yeah, it was amazing. The coaching, my teammates, everything. It was just such a blessing to play.
And what was it like being teammates?
It's great to be teammates with Dylan. You know, fun all the time, and we got a lot of wins, which is good.
I played with Nick my entire career here, so I got to know him really well. He's been a great teammate, great player. It was awesome.
And what made you choose St. Anselm?
The location mainly. I like staying a little closer to home. The academics are great, the location's great, so it's a great school all around.
And what made you choose Bentley?
As well, the location, you know, the team, the coaching, and the academics.
All right, what are you guys going to be studying over there?
I'll be studying business.
Yeah, same here, business.
All right, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Maya Weil Megason, Bentley University, swim and dive.
All right, and what was your experience like at Hopkinton High School on the swim team?
Well, I've been competing for the varsity team for the past 3 years, and this year I am a co-captain for the varsity swim and dive team. And throughout my experience, I've had a great time with learning from my upperclassmen teammates who have really led the way in how I learned how to compete and think about the sport, and the way that the team is so supportive towards me and all my other teammates is really special, and it's just such a great environment.
All right, and do you have a favorite event you like competing in?
Yes, I love to swim any butterfly event, more specifically sprint butterfly, and I also love mid-distance freestyle with the 200 freestyle.
Terrific. And what attracted you to Bentley?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to stay in Massachusetts, and I wanted a school that wasn't too big but wasn't so small that there was just nothing going on. And Bentley just was the perfect fit for me in terms of what I wanted to study, where I wanted to be, and the overall environment.
All right, what are you going to be studying over there?
I am going in as corporate finance and accounting.
So my name's Nate Burns. I'm going to be going to Assumption University, and I'm going to be playing lacrosse there.
Excellent.